You're about to hear a message from our lead pastor, Gentle Donald. God bless you.
Placing value on God. Placing what? Value on God. Are we together? Yes, to place value on a thing, want to go. Did you get that? To place value on a thing means to do what? To consider it important. It means to consider it beneficial. And then lastly, it means to consider it what? Worthy of what? Now, what you will not see on my slide, which I need to explain to you, is that it is you that places value on things. Did you hear what I said? Yes, things don't place value on you. You are the one that will place value on what? Things. So it's not about I want to know God or this, that. No. You are the one that does what? Places value on things. Now, at bottom line, let's ask a simple question. Is God worthy? Is God worthy to be praised? Is God worthy to be honored? If that statement stands true, which is not a lie, it is truth. But do you know, in every individual's life, it will have different weight. Did you hear what I said? Yes. Why? The worth of a thing is determined by the value you place on it. I want to believe that the reason many of you are in church this morning is because of the value you place on Christian fellowship. I don't want to believe that you didn't have other things to do. I want to believe that the reason you are in church, I'm not saying it's everybody, but I want to believe that the reason you are in church is because of the value you place on what? Christian fellowship. That's probably why you are in church. And that would be a good reason to be in church. Because of the value you place on what? Now, did you know that there is another Christian, and I don't mean this to be condemning, even though it may sound like I'm condemning, but that's not what I'm doing. There's another Christian who might be in situations even tighter or even less tighter than yours, but are not here. Why? Because they don't place that much value on Christian fellowship, so it will not be worth the. Are you getting me now? For example, you see this morning as we are coming now, you see a little trickles of rain. That's enough for somebody to say, you know what? Yeah, I just stay online and just. But tomorrow, if there's thunderstorm, man, we got to go to work, man, regardless of anything. So you are the one that places what? Value on things. So what will be important is you that will decide it. That's the point. That's the point. I once used an illustration, and I want to use this again. And please, I don't mean anything, just understand me for this. Courage. You know why I like to use you for example? You are a conductor. If you have lived in Nigeria, you get offended by what I said when I say you are a conductor, because in Nigeria there's what they call conductor. But I'm talking about physics. Physics, conductor, when you say something is a conductor, is that thing is a material that is able to transmit current from one value to another value. That's what I mean. Okay. Now, I use him because he's a conductor. There are people, as you are preaching, you are looking at them, they stir up greatness, faith inside you. Some people, as you are preaching to them, they just doing like they are not with you. So because Bible said, what things soever are good of good report, think on it. So when I preach, I already know those who they don't give smiling faces, I ignore them. And because you must encourage yourself in the Lord. That's true. I mean, I don't know how other preachers do it, but I know there are people, as you are talking to, it's like you are having conversation with a stone. So I just focus and look for what? Conductors, because iron must sharpen iron. Now you can say he's a young boy in the faith. At least God is helping the young boy like that. So I'm fine with it. You understand me now? So that's why I always use him, because he sparks faith. He can tell his recipient. Yeah? Okay. So courage, watch now. If your wife Please, it's not real. I'm trying to just do an illustration that we will understand, because I'm talking about that value is an individual that places it on a thing. Are you getting where I'm coming from? So values are not just generated, it's individuals that place value on things. For example, fine boy, do you know you can tell me now that the cost of your phone is £1 million? Will I buy? You can fix any amount. It is the buyer that determines the worth of your product. Why? If he cannot place worth of £1 million on that product, he will not exchange the contract. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? I can come and, hey, my guy, and I want to sell this my phone. Oh. You say, how much? I say this my phone is £300,000. No problem. You can fix any price. But do you know what? You will never pay for it if you don't place a worth up to 300,000 on that phone. So the cost, the value of your property is what people are willing to pay for it. That's the truth. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Now, so values on their own don't just rise. No. What are you talking about? What will make keyboard valuable in one person and in the other? It's what you place value on. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Now watch. And this is just an illustration. And if coincidentally there has been a discussion like this in the family, please, it is not the spirit speaking through me. But if you thus consider it, no problem. Are you understanding me now? You know, just in case. So nobody should go home and say, did you hear what he was saying? Please, it's just for illustration. You see, I'm putting a disclaimer. It's for illustration purposes. QED. If Courage's wife says to him, I'm leaving you after this service. Now, don't ask me to where. Just let's leave it at that illustration. I'm leaving you after this service. And while she finished saying it to him, she also comes to me and says, I'm leaving you after this service. And then she finally walks out. Did you know that that statement will not have much weight in my life than it will have in his own life? Do you know why? He has placed much value on the woman than I have. So that statement can cause this guy to fall sick. Oh, it's true. I'm not talking about him, but I'm just giving you an example. Now, pastor, does it mean you don't value church members? Stop that thing. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's no way you can tell me that the value I place on that woman will be the same value he places on that woman. It's a lie. Do I place value? Yes, but there are limitations to the value I place. But if this woman takes it, so he finished. When I go back, I might say, Monday, let me call her, take 1 or 2 scriptures and encourage her. Courage might not be hearing about those scriptures. So he may not sleep this night. It may be that he may have to start calling family members or calling whoever he believes the woman honors to reach out. Maybe he might even call me not knowing the woman have told me the same thing. Are you getting what I'm saying now? He says, please, so I don't know what's going on. She says she's leaving me. Do you know why the man will be frantic? The value he placed on her. She said the same thing to me. I will not be frantic. Do you know why? The value I place on her will not be as wonderful as the value he has placed on the wife. Did you get the illustration? So listen, God is great and worthy to be praised, but it depends on the value you place on him. Is he entering now? It's the value you place on him. Why am I in church today? The value I place on Christ. Why are you not in church today? The value you place on Christ. Are you getting it now? Are you getting it now? It's value. The value you place on a thing is what decides its worth. If you value a church where the pastor preaches integrity, if it is 7 miles away from you, it will not be a discouragement. If you value a church where they cook food after every service, if that is your value, if it is 2 hours away from you, it will not be an issue, because it's what you value. So you are willing to drive that 2 hours to go and eat that free rice. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's value. For another person, you tell him, come to church today. He say, what's going on? He say, we are cooking food. If I don't place value on food, that will not be an attraction. Do Did you get what I'm talking about? Okay, so watch now. To place value, because the topic today is placing value on God. To place value on God means want to go to esteem him highly and more important than anything else. That's what it means. To place value on God is to esteem him highly and more important, more beneficial than anything else. In other words, if I say I place value on a thing, then there should be nothing else that will compete with it in value. Hello? Did you get what I'm talking about? If I place value on a thing, for example, now, do you know how many ladies are in church today, whether on site, online, and in different campuses? But I give you an example now. If all the ladies in church, including Pastor Maka, say, please, I will need £5 after this service, did you know that all the voices talking will not make impact to my life like her own voice? Do you know why? The value I place on her. And maybe all others need £5 now, and she needs it in 2032. I will make provision for 2032 first before the one that needs it now. Do you know why? The value I place on her. That is why advice for those of you who are in ministry: never love a church member more than your wife. If you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. Never love a church member more than your wife. A church member can leave you anytime. But if the wife leaves you, it's serious wreck. Somebody like me now, where are you going to even start? Are you understanding me now? So there is a constituency I must protect so that I can keep doing ministry in peace. Very important. So the value, I esteem God. But anything you place value on, there will be competitors. Did you hear me? Anything you place value on, there will be what? Competitors. Do you know many of you now, at the end of the month, if you decide to buy a car, there is a car you will not buy. There is a car you will buy. Do you know why? The value you place on it. Let me tell you, cars are good, but it's wrong to say that car is car. That is the defense of the poor. I'm sorry to say it. Yes, that is the defense of the poor, to say that car is car. That's not true. As long as I'm concerned, that's error. Car cannot be car. If you have driven a German car and then go into a non-German car, you will know what I'm talking about. You will know the difference in acceleration. Do you get what I'm talking about? I don't want to mention any other car, but let me just say German cars. You understand what I'm talking about? When you step into it and gas, my God, then you finish there, enter bus hall and gas it. My God, you'll be wondering, where is the gas? Where am I here? What's going on here? Because they are never the same thing. Oh, believe me, no matter how much you want to be humble about it, when you drive a Mercedes-Benz car and then take up a Toyota, they will not be the same feel. Do I like Toyotas? Perfect. I like them. Powerful cars. Wonderful. But you see, I'm telling you, when you drive a Mercedes and then go for a Toyota, I mean, come on now, you know what I'm talking about. They will never be the same feel. On 80, they will be different. So when you now go to buy a car, it is the value you place on cars that will decide what you are willing to pay for it. I went to see a car repairer, and there's the guy that he was fixing his car. I mean, this car is, if I'm correct, that car is a 1999 car, very old car. But he said that this guy brought this car for him to repair because it's got rust and everything. And the total he's spending on the car to repair it is £3,500. No joke, which is far costlier than the car. It's not worth it, but that is for you. But the guy said he has a personal attachment to that car, and he is ready to pay anything to keep it top notch. To you, it doesn't make sense, but because of the value he places on that car, that makes 100% sense. So our actions in life, the things we do, our response to God is dependent on the value we place on God. Is it clear now? Let's move to the next slide. Breathe in, because you are going to take a lot of Greek lessons this morning. Move on. As new creations, you must be careful what we place value on. Help me preach that to your neighbor. Okay, move on quickly. Classic example. That's how we start. Look at first classic example. The first classic example is who? Jesus. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who you listen to. If Jesus is not your standard, you have made mistake. I'm saying it, and I say it with all alacrity. You know, I talked to somebody about it. I say, are you baptized? I mean, water baptized. He said, yeah, I'm baptized. I said, oh, how did it happen? When I was small, they sprinkled water on my head. I said, that's not water baptism. That's water sprinkling. And the person took offense and got offended. That am I saying that in their church, they don't know what they are doing? I said, I just heard that one from your mouth. All I just ask you, explain the water baptism you went through. First of all, you were a child. When did you know what you were doing? You have to first have received Jesus Christ now, be born again, understand what you are doing, the implications of baptism before you baptize. They say, no, that my priest, that today, even my children, they have been christening my children, blah, 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 blah. I say, auntie, there is no provision for water sprinkling in the Bible. And they got angry. I said, me and you are not in any argument. Go to dictionary for further explanation. The word baptism means to be totally immersed. Does it sound like sprinkling? Why are you arguing? And after I showed the person, yeah, it's clear, I can see it, but I know that my priest is correct. I said, go and sit down, my friend. What are you talking about? If Jesus does not have the highest place in your life, you're already in error. You know, today I see people doing things that Jesus did not promote. And they are not bothered. He asked them, he said, that's the way we do it in our church. Jesus is your standard. Did you hear what I said? Yes, Jesus is your what? Your standard. So watch now. He placed value on God's will above what? His own comfort and peace. Let's look at that and see. Want to go? Let's read. Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. You see, that's message for us, but we will not discuss that today. Want to go? Who for the joy that was set before him, what did he do? Endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of God, of the throne of God. Now we want to look at the word despising the shame. Did you know that in the days that Jesus died, the worst and the most disgraceful form of death was death by hanging? Are you getting what I'm saying? So you may think that this is just a joke that he went to that. That was the most disgraceful form of death. As a matter of fact, to the Jews, anybody that was hung on the cross was certified to be a condemned criminal. That there was no hope for them. And those are the people that went to the cross to die. So I want you to picture this for a moment. Who is Jesus? Jesus is God in the flesh. Jesus is a bona fide, expression of God. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you see among the members of the Trinity, you see the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's one God, but there are different expressions. I don't know how to explain it to you. Even if you use egg, it will still not equal to deity. There's no way. I mean, words can help us explain what it is, but you need a revelation to actually understand Trinity. It's beyond. I can tell you now, egg has shell, egg has white, egg has yolk, but it's one egg. Am I correct? That's the least I can tell you to understand Trinity. But however, it is deeper than that. Are you getting me? Matter for another day. Okay, but he said he despised what? The shame. Now, please move on quickly. Despise. The Greek word for despise is, can you pronounce it? Because me, I don't like to get into it. Kataphronio. My God. Now, what does it mean? That's where I'm going to. It means to what? Disesteem. It means to look down or to regard as insignificant. So with this understanding, let's go back here. Jesus, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross. And what did he do? He looked down on the shame. He regarded the shame as insignificant as long as the will of God will be established. Are you getting what I'm talking about? He disregarded it. He disesteemed the shame. You need to consider also that Jesus had biological brothers. You need to understand that he had a biological mother. You need to understand that there's this thing about what will the people say. Jesus disesteemed it. And guess what he put value on? He put value on the purpose of God above his reputation. I want you to take note. Jesus is de-esteemed. Okay? Jesus disesteemed his reputation and placed value, held in high esteem, the purpose and the mandate of God. That was more important to him than his reputation. That is why he was willing to endure the shame. But how did he do it? He did what? He looked at the shame as insignificant and looked at dying on the cross as significant. How do you see your commitment to Christ? Jesus disesteemed the shame of the cross because of the value he placed on the will and the purpose of God. Today we see believers who are not willing to spread the gospel. Why? Because of the mockery that will come with it. True or false? So we come outside today, we are not able to tell people about Christ. Why? We esteem our reputation above the spreading of the gospel. That's why where you live, nobody knows you are born again. That's why where you live, nobody have heard you preach the gospel. That's why you can't come out and go for evangelism. Do you know why? You are ashamed of Jesus. As much as you don't want to agree, your actions reveal it. Why? It is the value you place on Christ that is showing up. Why? You prefer and put esteem, value on what? Your reputation.
Thank you for listening to part 1 of this message. Please select part 2 to continue. God bless you.